All right, before we dive into this presentation, I think it's important for you to know who I am. And the reason why is this. Whenever I'm listening to a presentation or listening to somebody talk, I really want to know, is this guy the real deal? Is this guy just somebody who's teaching something that he knows nothing about? Or is this guy an actual practitioner? One of the metrics I like to look for is this somebody who's had success across all of the major app stores, not just one app store like just iTunes. In my mind, that is the mark for a real app developer. Have they had real world success in every major app stores? I'm talking about getting millions of app downloads at iTunes as well as Amazon and Google. And to be honest, there are very few, if any, other developers who are teaching this topic who's had anywhere near the success I've had. I'm not telling you this to brag. I'm telling you this right now so you have confidence in the information you're about to hear. Program or code, and I personally built all of my apps myself using drag and drop software, and I'll tell you more about that later. All right, now let's talk about what separates me from the average developer. I'm a #1 app developer. I've had several of my apps reach the #1 most downloaded app in its category in several app stores. I've even had one of my games reach the #1 most downloaded free kids game in all of Amazon. Last Saturday, I cut my 10 millionth app download. I still can't believe it. I remember when I hit the 1 million app download milestone and what a big deal that was. And to get my 10 millionth app download last weekend, it feels incredible, especially since I recently left my full-time corporate job in finance to focus all of my attention on apps and helping other people make money with apps. Think about that. I got these 10 million downloads in my spare time. I was making apps, getting downloads, and making tons of money all in my spare time. It wasn't until recently that I decided to leave my corporate job and pursue this full-time. In other words, I did all of this by myself in my spare time while working a full-time job. I'm also founder of AppRush Academy. This is my flagship coaching program where I help other people make money with apps in as little as 28 days. And I'll tell you more about that later. But I'm most famous for my app marketing trifecta. This is where I achieved millions of downloads across all 3 major app stores, iTunes, Google, and Amazon. I did this all without spending any money on marketing. I don't know anyone else who worked on apps in their spare time who's achieved these types of results and is willing to tell you how they did it. So having achieved millions of downloads across all of the major app stores drove some of the biggest brands to reach out to me and hire me to help them promote their products and brands with apps. I'm not allowed to disclose the names of these companies, but these are some of the big food companies you would see if you go to the movies and buy food and candy and such. Now, when it comes to helping these big companies, I typically get paid a fee plus some type of profit share that can range from a couple $100s per month just for ongoing monthly royalties based on the success. The reason why all of this is true is because this stuff you're about to see works. So here are some bank deposits from one of my developer accounts last year. And here's a high-level summary of where all of the money comes from. You can look here and see that in 2013, I generated just under $200,000 with my part-time app business. And almost all of this $200,000 is pure profit because there are very few expenses associated with running an app business. I'm constantly getting asked, how do you make money with free apps? And here it is in full transparency. 30% came from iTunes. 35% came from direct affiliate accounts. And I'll tell you more about that later. 2% at Google is low because I focused on making affiliate money with my apps at Google instead of in-app purchases. 10% came from Amazon, and 20% came from a bunch of other app stores that most app developers don't even know exists. Here are some results from one of my AppRush Academy students who gave me permission to share some of his results. You can see here he made around $3,000 in 3 months with his very first app just from his direct affiliates, which, as you saw a second ago, typically makes up around 35% of your profits. All right, so the reason why I bring all of this up is so you have confidence in what you're about to see, that these strategies have been tested in every major app store. And you're going to be hearing from someone who now does this all day, every day. This is what I eat, sleep, breathe, and dream about every single day of every single week. So I've tested countless strategies, and I know with certainty what works and what doesn't when it comes to making apps, getting downloads, and making a bunch of money per download. And you get to reap all of that benefit of all of my testing. So you made the right decision to watch this today. I prepared some great information for you that you can use immediately. I know some of you here are just trying to figure out any way to make some extra money, to live the internet lifestyle and maybe have a passive income stream. You're probably looking at affiliate programs, podcasting, selling on Amazon, online courses, Facebook ads, internet marketing, apps, games, etc. Whatever you can think of to bring in some extra money. And you're probably listening to all types of, entrepreneurial podcasts like Pat Flynn or John Lee Dumas, etc., trying to figure out how to make some extra money without trading your valuable time. And I know some of you already have apps, but you're frustrated with your results. I'm here today to tell you why you should make apps and why now is such a good time to get started before the huge spike in app profits during Christmas. Imagine how good it would feel if your apps made a ton of money during the Christmas download frenzy. I know exactly how it feels, and my students do too. Our app profits went up 6 to 8 times last Christmas. At iTunes, one of my students saw a 6x spike in profits. Here's another example of a spike from around $80 per day to over $650 on Christmas Day in just one of the smaller Android stores. This is an app store most developers don't even know exists, so the competition is way less there. All right, here's another example of a spike from around $100 per day to over $600 during the Christmas holiday. And you can see that it stayed between $200 and $600 per day for the entire month of January. That's over $10,000 in just one app store, just 30 days. Not bad for a little Christmas bonus. All right, so my point is this. Now is the time to get your app ready for Christmas. Christmas is obviously not the only time you can make money with apps, but you do see a huge spike in downloads and profits during the Christmas season. All right, so one of the most common questions I get asked is, how do you make money with free apps? Or what would you do if you had to start with apps all over again? In today's webinar, I'm going to tell you exactly that, exactly what I would do if I was just starting out with apps. I'm going to walk you through all of the steps you would need to take to start from wherever you are and make money with apps. So you're going to walk away from this webinar and know why you should make apps, how to make apps with no technical skills, and how to make a lot of money with your apps during the Christmas frenzy. All right, you're also going to learn some unusual strategies used by top app developers to get millions of downloads in every app store. And you're going to know how to turn those downloads into a passive income. Unlike a lot of other business opportunities out there, making money with apps is the true definition of passive income. Once your app is live in the App Store, it requires little time and effort to continue to generate profits. I'm going to walk you through what I call the BAM system. If you follow the BAM system, you will be well on your way to making a lot of money with apps. Here's what you're going to learn today. An overview of the app landscape and why now is the time. What type of app you should make right now. The best app category to start with, especially if you're new to apps, and different ways to make an app or game. And you're going to hear my 5 top marketing strategies, the strategies I use to get 10 million app downloads in all of the major app stores, iTunes, Google, and Amazon. And you're going to hear about my 2 top monetization strategies, how I consistently earn over $1,000 per day from my simple games. And you'll hear from a few of my AppRush Academy students. And I have some gifts for you at the end. This is my way of bribing you to stay for the whole thing, but trust me, it'll be worth it. All right, what this isn't. This is not a get-rich-quick program. This is not about making millions of dollars overnight. This is an opportunity to make a part-time or a full-time income with apps. And as most of you know my story, when I started out, I was making around $100 per day right off the bat, a nice part-time income that grew steadily. Then, as you saw, once I figured out the right combination of using marketing and monetization strategies, apps are now my full-time job. If you can call it a job, because it's kind of planning your own time and day. Well, I've been able to make upwards of $200,000 as a part-time income. With that success, I've been blessed to be able to leave my corporate job, and I now have the freedom to plan my own days exactly how I want to, and that's kind of what I always wanted. All right, success won't happen overnight, although it can, and it will require work. Now this is very important. I don't want you guys to be on this call if you're kind of just looking for something that you don't have to learn, you don't have to work. I mean, it does require work, but the good news is I know exactly what you need to work on to go from wherever you are to making money with apps as quickly as possible. I know a lot of you here feel like making money with apps is probably really hard and complicated. I also know some of you here are already making apps, but you're struggling to get downloads and make money. I totally get it. I know exactly how you feel. I used to feel that same way. In fact, I felt that way for months. It was really complicated at first. I had no one to help me figure out what type of app I should make, how to build apps, how to get downloads, and how to make as much money as possible per download. I had no extra time. I was working a full-time job. I was commuting an hour a day, and I have a wife and 2 kids. I was completely overwhelmed, but I got committed to figuring this out. I knew there was a way to make money with apps, and I was determined to figure it out. After months of long hours and trial and error, I figured out a system. I call it the BAM system, and today I want to share this system with you. So let's talk about these strategies and the system. But before we do, let's talk about this huge opportunity. Did you know some app developers are making over $1 million per day? Some are even making over $2 million per day. But you don't need to be a top grossing developer to make life-changing money with apps. I can still vividly remember the day when I realized my first app was making $50 per day in just one of the smaller app stores. I couldn't figure out how to check my sales in this particular app store. And when I finally figured it out, how to check the sales, I realized I had been making an extra $50 per day for like 2 weeks. I couldn't wait to rush home and tell my wife. That little $50 per day was like the jet fuel that got me super excited to figure out how to make even more money with apps. I also started to see a lot of articles about how much money first-time developers were making with apps. So I immersed myself in everything that had to do with the app industry. I'm very analytical by nature, so I spent months testing everything to see what works and what doesn't in regards to getting downloads and making money. I tried everything to get more downloads, icons and changing screenshots and app names and keywords and review websites and PPC and CPA and cross promotions, press releases, videos, etc. I tried everything to make more money with apps. I tried affiliates and in-app purchases and in-app currency and banner ads and full page ads and RevMob, Chartboost, Upsite, videos in the ads, price changes and surveys, etc. And then I finally figured out what works and what doesn't. Fast forward, and now I have millions of downloads in every app store. And just last Saturday, I got my 10 millionth app download. I make more money from apps than I did my high salaried corporate job, and I've been hired by some of the biggest brands to help them promote their products and brands with apps. But many of you here are just like me when I first started, and making even an extra $100 or $3,000 per month would really help. Imagine what you'd do if you made an extra $3,000 per month. Would you pay off some debt, maybe take a vacation? Imagine what your friends and family would think if you had an app in the App Store and your apps were covering all of your living expenses and your vacations and your new car, etc. Seriously, take a minute and imagine how awesome that would feel to actually make some extra money with apps. And this is passive income. Well, imagine what will happen when you have apps and the downloads and profits start stacking up. That is exactly what happened to my students when they started using the BAM system. So here it is: build, analyze, market, monetize. So how do you build apps quickly and cheaply? Well, you really have three different options to build an app. You can hire somebody on Odesk or Elance or other freelance websites to make the app for you. This is commonly known as outsourcing. Option number two, you can buy an existing app or source code, hire somebody to make some changes to it, and publish it as your own. This is commonly known as app flipping. Or three, which is my favorite way, you can make it yourself using free drag and drop software that does all of the techie stuff for you. Here are some common myths about building apps. Apps are expensive to make. That's not true. You can use free software. There's no upfront cost. Number two, it takes a lot of time. That's also not true. The software and temps can speed up the entire process. Myth number three, you have to be a tech genius. That's definitely not true. Software does all of the techie stuff for you. I have over 25 apps that I created myself, and I don't know how to code or program, and I never will. I built my first milkshake game myself in a matter of days using simple drag and drop software. And just that one game, my very first game, has gone on to make me over $200,000 in less than 2 years. And the best part is, this was really passive income. In other words, once I had my app in the App Store, I was making money on autopilot. I was no longer trading much of my time at all for this money. I can't really think of a better way to make money without trading time. It's totally different than when I was working in finance, trading my time for a paycheck. All right, so now that you know how to build apps, how do you analyze and find the hottest apps, and what type of app should you make? Well, let's take a look at the top grossing apps at iTunes. These are the apps making the most money. So you can see here, if you filter for top grossing, you'll see that 24 out of 30 of these are games. That's 80%. And almost, anytime you check the App Store, the majority of the apps making the most money are games. So, to be clear, you don't have to make games, but my students in, my AppRush Academy who are the most successful, they all started out making simple games. So now that you know how to analyze and find the hottest apps and most profitable apps, let's talk about what you need to do to market your app. There are literally hundreds of things you could do to drive downloads, but there are only a handful of marketing strategies that really work. Here are the 5 things you must do to maximize your app downloads. Number 1, you must put your app in every app store. Don't limit yourself to just iTunes. For example, here are a sample of the app stores your app should be in: iTunes, Google, Amazon, Tizen, Mac, Windows, Opera Mobile, etc. Here's proof. In just these 3 app stores, I have over 9 million app downloads. If I would have limited myself to just iTunes, I would only have 4 million app downloads. And what is great about using software to make apps, you can simply make one app or one game and create multiple files so you can put your app in every app store at no extra cost. So the average developer only makes his app available on Apple devices. This is a huge mistake. And I know a lot of you watching right now only have, for those of you who have apps, a lot of you only have it available at iTunes. There's, to maximize your downloads and profits, there's easy, software that allows you to make one app, and you can make it available on almost every device. You obviously want your app at iTunes for the iPhone, the iPad, the iPod, but you also want your app at Windows for the desktops and the phones, on the Mac. You want it available for the Kindle and for the Fire Phone, and you want it available for the Android tablets and the Android phones like Samsung Galaxy, etc. Number 2, you must optimize your keywords, because over 60% of all downloads come after somebody types keywords into a search box. This is exactly like, SEO, search engine optimization, but in the app industry, it's known as ASO. So for example, you should use some of these popular websites to research your competitors' keywords. Websites like Sensor Tower, Appcode.es, and SearchMan. Here's proof. Over 60% of users find apps after doing a search. 63% in this example from Nielsen. All right, number 3. You must include some of the most popular keywords in your app name. For example, you might want to use a hyphen or a dash. So my app name dash keyword, keyword, keyword. And these keywords can't just be a bunch of, like keywords separated with commas. It has to kind of make a sense that's related to your app name, but you definitely want to have more of a long-tailed app name with the keywords prevalent. All right, here's proof. One of my students doubled his app downloads after I helped him change his app name. Number 4, you must create a video of your app in action to really maximize your downloads. For example, you can mirror your device on your computer and then record your computer using free programs like Jing, and then just upload the video to YouTube. Here's proof. One of my videos has 350,000 YouTube views. Number 5, you must prompt your users for a good rating while filtering for negative ratings. Here's an example of a simple pop-up. It says, send love. If you're enjoying this app, please send us love by rating this app. So it says not now is a button, send love, and then underneath it says having problems. Send love is like subliminal for a good rating or a good review. Not too many people are going to hit a button that says send love and then give you a bad rating. The having problems fields bad reviews. So instead of sending them to the App Store to give you a rating or a review, when they click having problems, I send them, or I open up an email that says, hey, if you're having problems, please let us know how we can fix it or how we can make it better. All right, so along with these 5 must-dos, having a network of other developers to cross-promote with can take your app to the next level. Cross-promotions is huge. So now that you know how to market your app, let's talk about what you need to do to monetize your app to make as much money as possible per download. Just like marketing apps, there are tons of ways you can make money with apps as well. But here are 2 things you must do to make as much money as possible per download. Number 1, you must use some type of affiliate strategy. For example, you can make anywhere from $1 to $6 by promoting another developer's free app from within your app. Here's proof. In the first 3 months of using just this one strategy, I made over $23,000. And if you recall from earlier, 35% of all my app income last year came from just affiliates. And here's more proof. One of my students made $3,195 in his first 90 days. And it's easy to promote these other developers' free apps because they're some of the top apps in the App Store. So number 2, you must offer your app for free and use some type of in-app purchase. So for example, you can give some of your content or your game away for free and then charge a fee using in-app purchases if they want the full functionality of your app or game. Here's proof. Free with in-app purchase dominate the top grossing. Again, there's tons of ways to make money with apps, and I cover every monetization strategy in great detail in my AppRush Academy coaching program. But those 2 strategies are really important. And once you start making money, you just analyze your results, make some updates, and make even more money. That stuff is pretty simple, isn't it? Can you see how powerful the system is? Well, if you can't see what a huge opportunity this is, then I probably did a really bad job explaining how amazing it is. Remember, I don't know how to code. My background is in finance. Most of you on this call are much more qualified than I am to make money with apps. Do you see how even using just one of the monetization strategies can make a ton of money? Well, that system, build, analyze, market, monetize, got one of my students 400,000 app downloads and made him $18,000 in just 90 days. Those results aren't bad for his very first app, are they? That same system got me over 1 million app downloads and made me over $50,000 just in the last 90 days. And during the Christmas frenzy, you can make upwards of 10 times more money. But let me be clear, Christmas time is the absolute best time to make money with apps, but it doesn't mean it's the only time. These strategies work all year round. Now let's talk about you. Let me ask you, on a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you to make money with apps and cash in on this amazing opportunity? Go ahead and let me know in the chat box. If you're somewhat excited, maybe it's a 5, but if you're actually pretty excited, you can kind of see the potential here, let me know in the chat box by saying, like 10. I know some of you here are brand new to making apps, and I want to ensure that you know that it really isn't that hard. If I can do it, you can do it. I also realize some of you on this webinar are already making apps and you're frustrated with the results you're getting, I get it, and you're not alone. I've helped tons of developers who are who already have apps get way more downloads and make a lot more money. One of my students who joined AppFresh Academy a couple months ago used some of my marketing strategies and increased his existing app downloads by 1,000%. Okay, so it looks like most of you are over a 10 in terms of excited, and I don't blame you. I'm still way over a 10 in terms of excitement for the possibility to make money with apps. So, all right, you've been listening. You've seen the power of these strategies, and you know that this stuff works, and you know you can do this. At this point, you're probably wondering to yourself, what is the fastest way for me to actually do this? Like my students, you just need to follow my system by taking action and following the step-by-step strategies I teach. So here are your options. You can either take what I just taught you, run with it, and just do it all yourself. Or if you're like most people, you probably have some questions around all of the stuff that fits in between. You might be wondering or asking questions like, what about how to set up developer accounts, or questions like, what app store should I put my app in, or how many apps should I have? What do you need to do to convert your iPhone app to an iPad app or to an Android app? Or what else can I do to maximize my downloads in every app store? Is there something that is, is there something in the positioning of the app that is critical? And what about all the other ways to get downloads like press releases and videos and cross promotions, etc.? What about monetization? How do you set up all of those revenue streams inside of the app to maximize your profits per download? Well, the answer is there's a lot that goes way beyond what we just talked about here. But I wanted to try and give you some quick wins, quick hits that you can start with right away. It's very important to know exactly what type of app to make and how to make it. It's also very important how you layer all the monetization strategies inside of your app, or what I like to call my circle of profits. It's one of the things that is a key differentiator to success. You can't just use RevMob and Chartboost and Upside or any other ad agency in your app or game without coupling it with some type of engagement strategy to really make a lot of money. You can't just throw your app in the App Store and expect somebody to find it and download it. You have to be strategic about your marketing and how you position your app in all of the app stores. And you want to do all of this in a very specific way. And in that way, you do all of this is you hire me to help you. If you want additional help, if you want me and a community of other app developers to help you, I have a program that is ideal for you. It's called AppFresh Academy, and you can start today. The AppFresh Academy coaching program is all about me helping you make money with apps as quickly as possible. So if you want to create apps and cash in on this Christmas and after Christmas, the AppFresh Academy is specifically for you. Even if you already have apps and you just need help with downloads and monetization, what you will learn in the AppFresh Academy coaching program will dramatically improve your results. If you're new to apps and want to learn how to make apps the right way in time for Christmas, the AppFresh Academy is very important for you. I'm giving you a proven system that's been working very, very well for me and my students. Again, just in this first 90 days, a student of mine used this system to get over 400,000 app downloads and make over $18,000. You saw another student who made a quick $3,000 just from affiliate revenue. You also saw how you can make 10 times more money during Christmas. Remember, just in one app store, I made around $10,000 during the month of January because I knew exactly how to position my app to get downloads and precisely what to do to make as much money as possible per download. So the BAM system is working really good, and you can just model what is working for me and my students and use it in your apps. Now, I'll be perfectly honest. I'm a little reluctant to be doing what I'm about to do, and the reason why is I do have some concerns over the fact that if too many people start using my exact system, what I do will not be as effective because I have a real competitive advantage right now. And giving away my competitive advantage makes me a little bit nervous. So I really don't want, I really don't know how many people I'm going to let see what I'm about to show you. But I want to do is let a few people in for a limited time into my own internal training. So here's how we're going to do this. Here's how we're going to accomplish you building apps and getting downloads in time for Christmas. The AppRush Academy coaching program starts with 4 modules. Each module covers just 1 week of activities. So it's module 1 is analyze, module 2 is build, module 3 is monetize, and then module 4 is market. It's basically the BAM system I just taught you, arranged just a little bit differently. All right, so now let's take a deeper look into each one of these modules. We start by looking across all of the app stores to see which type of app we should make. Then we analyze the style of apps we're going to make to see how similar apps are making so much money. In module 1, I'm also going to walk you through how to create a mock-up of your perfect app. So by the end of this week, you'll have everything you need to start building your ideal app. I give you a questionnaire to fill out while you're analyzing various apps. I give you a PDF with common definitions so you can understand the app industry terminology. I give you a wireframe template so you can more or less create an app using PowerPoint or Keynote. I literally hold your hand through the entire process, every single step of the way, telling you exactly how to pick your ideal app. I even set up a group coaching call every week to ensure you're on track and answer any questions you might have. This is not just a bunch of videos with some concepts. I'm literally giving you fill-in-the-blank templates and helping you get this stuff done. Week 1 is huge. When you do this process right, it basically sets you up for success. Once we have your app idea, we're going to keep the momentum and work on getting your app built. Whether you want to try and build it yourself or outsource it, I will help you every step of the way. Again, this isn't one of those trainings where I'm just going to give you a bunch of concepts on what to do. I'm literally going to show you how to do it. My private Facebook group is a great example of this. You can see me in here personally helping my students, my other students helping each other. We're all sharing graphics and resources, etc. In week 2, we're going to keep the momentum and figure out the quickest and cheapest way to get your app built. I'm going to walk you through how to use that route, all without any techie stuff. In week 2, I'm even going to walk you through how I built my apps myself in my spare time, the same apps that got me 10 million app downloads. I show you how you can build your apps using my apps as a template. This cuts out all of the guesswork. Model what is working and get your apps made faster and easier. I also recognize not everyone wants to invest the time to make apps themselves. That is why I also teach you how to outsource your app development, and I even give you my personal recommendations on who you can hire on Odesk and Elance. I will show you how to write a job post, how and where to post it, and I will show you how to select the right developer. I will also have another live coaching call towards the end of week 2 to ensure you're on track and answer any questions you might have. So what do we do to ensure we can make money once the app is built? That's what we're going to cover in week number 3. We start by making sure your home scene is optimized to maximize your profits. I help you to stack all of what I like to call profit maximizers, like Papa, Moorebutton, etc. The first page your user sees when they open up your app is by far the most important, and I help you set it up correctly. In week 3, I'm also going to show you some advanced uses of in-app purchases inside of your app to create recurring revenue, not just one-time purchases. My favorite is the direct and indirect affiliate strategies. I show you exactly how to engage your users so they click on your affiliate links. Remember earlier when I said affiliate income is huge? You want to make sure you set this up properly, so I will help you every step of the way. Finally, in week 3, I'm going to show you exactly how I set up my apps to make as much money as possible, or what I like to call my circle of profits. This is the exact strategy Scott used to make $18,000 in just 90 days after launching his very first app. He did exactly what I taught him. By having my circle of profits template, it makes it so easy for you to ensure you make as much money as possible per download. So what is our next step? Our app's almost built. We've layered in the circle of profits. What's the next step? Well, it's marketing. This is where most developers completely drop the ball and what separates the amateurs from the moneymakers. I know a lot of you listening right now, marketing and getting downloads might be the area you struggle with the most. You're not alone. This is one of the biggest problems most app developers face. I can help you. In weeks 1 through 3, We're building your app. Now it's time to drive traffic. You can't make any money with ads if you don't get downloads. So in week 4, I'm going to give you the exact strategies I used in my app marketing trifecta, where I got millions of downloads in all 3 of the major app stores, iTunes, Google, and Amazon. The first thing I'm going to give you is a template and a walkthrough of how to create professional-looking screenshots and icons. Most people download an app strictly based on your icon and screenshots, so I help you make yours stand out. But to really drive downloads, I'm going to help you create a simple video of your app in action. If an image is worth 1,000 words, imagine what a video is worth. I created all my videos using free software. There's nothing technical involved at all. In week 4, I'm also going to give you my advanced social media strategy, the same strategy one of my students used to get over 10,000 Facebook fans for his app. This strategy is so huge because once you have a bunch of raving fans, you can tell these fans about your other apps to really drive downloads. So I'm also going to show you how to get your competitors' popular keywords so you can use these keywords in your app name. Naming your app correctly is one of the most important things you can do to market your app and drive downloads. So I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. One of my students doubled his app downloads after I helped him change his app name. So now that your app is getting downloads in every app store, we want to make sure your users are prompted to give you a positive rating. Ratings are very, 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 very important once your app is live in the App Store to help rank your app higher than your competitors. All right, I've never taught this before, but I'm going to give you the exact template I use and walk you through step-by-step how to get a positive rating. Finally, in week 4, I'm going to help you with other activities to drive downloads like press releases and networking and app review websites and translations and updating your app, etc. Again, I'm going to give you the templates and resources to speed up all of these marketing activities. I give you press release templates, examples of app descriptions, a list of app review websites, an Excel keyword tool, screenshots, image templates, etc. I'm trying to do as much of the hard work as I can because I want you to have a killer app and get downloads in time for Christmas. If you don't do the marketing right, you aren't going to get any downloads. That is why I'm going to help you every single step. Just like weeks 1 through 3, at the end of week 4, I'm going to set up a group coaching call to help you with anything you need. When you join AppRush Academy, you also get to access to our private Facebook group, so you can network with other developers, share resources, promote each other's apps, and help each other out with like downloads and ratings, etc. As you recall from earlier, cross promotions is huge, and having access to a private community is priceless. This group is one of my favorite parts of the AppRush Academy program. Everyone is eager to help and share resources, etc. So now that you're all set, the last thing I need to do is help you set up an email alert every morning that shows you how many downloads you're getting and how much money you made. So the bottom line is this. In AppRush Academy, I give you the exact blueprint and system that I personally use to get 10 million app downloads and growing. I give you the exact strategies and tools one of my students used to make $18,000 in his first 90 days. I'm obviously not saying that you or anyone is going to make $18,000, although I sincerely hope you do. What I am telling you is this. You can use these exact strategies to build, market, and make money with your own apps. Imagine what these strategies will do for you, especially if your app is ready for Christmas. All right, not only do you get the 4-module online training, the 4 coaching calls with me, I'm also going to throw in some super bonuses. For anybody who decides to invest in checking out this training program to see how to make money with apps from beginning to end in just 4 weeks, I have decided to throw in what I call my super bonuses. So bonus number 1 is my mini game template and banner strategy. This is the same minigame template and strategy that increased my banner revenue by $11,000 per year, just my banner revenue. Bonus number 2 is my full page ad template and engagement strategy. These are the same images and engagement strategy that increased my affiliate revenue by over $12,000 per year. But you get way more than just templates and strategies. Bonus number 3, you get 50% discount on game making software. So the free version of this drag and drop software allows you to publish your app only at iTunes, which is probably fine if you're an average developer who makes apps and games as a hobby and doesn't really want to make money with apps. But the professional version of the software costs $300 and allows you to publish your app in every app store. But if you're part of my AppRush Academy, you get a $150 discount on the professional version of the software. So you can put your app in every device and multiply your profits. So remember, during Christmas, app downloads go through the roof in every app store, with everyone getting new devices for Christmas and wanting to load those devices up with apps. So putting your app in every app store is a must if you're serious about making money with apps. I know I've harped on this a lot throughout this call, but it's one of the biggest problems my students have when they come to me is they're only focused at iTunes, and it's a huge mistake. All right, there's still more. There's a fast action bonus. For the first 3 people to sign up today for my AppRush Academy coaching program, I'm going to give you 2 of my game templates that you can use immediately. The fast action bonus is huge. These are some of the same templates that made me thousands of dollars per day last Christmas, as well as a Halloween themed template you can use right now during Halloween. And I'm going to just give them away for the first 3 people to sign up today. You can take these templates and literally with a few clicks of a button, you can upload these game templates to every app store. If you're thinking about joining AppRush Academy, make sure you have your credit card ready. You will have to join AppRush Academy immediately if you want this fast action bonus. But it still gets better. So here's the deal. I can only take a limited number of students because I don't want to lose my competitive advantage. So if you want to be one of my Christmas success stories and claim your fast action bonus, please make sure you have your credit card handy, and I'm about to give you the link to sign up. One has a fair shot at getting one of today's fast action bonuses. And I know a lot of you are ready to sign up, and you're probably wondering about the price. But first, let me remind you of what you get in the AppRush Academy coaching program. So there's only 3 fast action bonuses. There's 4 modules. So the online membership site has 4 modules and over 47 training videos. I can sell these videos individually for $37 each. That has a $1,700 value. The weekly calls, where you can ask me any questions you have live, has a $1,000 value. Bonus number 1, my mini app template. The template I use to increase my banner revenue by $11,000 has a $1,000 value. Bonus number 2, my full page ad template and engagement strategy. The strategy I use to increase my affiliate income by $12,000 per year has a $1,000 value. Bonus number 3 is the software discount that allows you to create one app or game and publish it in every app store. That has a $150 value. And the fast action bonus for the first 3 people who sign up today has a $497 value. Remember, these are some of the same game templates I used last Christmas to make thousands of dollars per day, and Halloween themed game you can make money with right now. If you're not one of the first 3 to sign up right now, these templates would cost you $497. So as you saw earlier, we also have an amazing community of other app developers to learn from, to cross-promote with, to share resources, templates, etc. I'm super excited for those of you who are about to join AppRush Academy. I know how powerful having access to this community is. Interacting with this group really is one of my favorite parts of the Academy. All right, if we package all of this together, the AppRush Academy program has a real value of $5,386, not including the value of the private group. You can sign up today for just a fraction of what this program is worth. But I really want this to be an easy decision for you. For those of you who are watching right now, I'm going to throw in an Action Takers discount. This is only available for a very limited time. And what you can do is you can use promo code today's date and get $200 off. This discount goes away as soon as 10 people join AppRush Academy today. If you click on the button below and you still see the promo code available, that means you still have a chance to get $200 off. If the promo code is not there, that means you missed your chance to get this discount. All right, so if you take immediate action, you can join AppRush Academy right now for just $797. You can make some apps, get some downloads, and cash in on the Halloween and during Christmas, all for just $797. We also have a 3-month payment plan for those of you who want to break it up. A 3-month installment plan of $297. It does come out to a bit more. It is $891. So we do reward those of you purchasing with a one-time payment. But I do offer the monthly installment plan if that makes it easier for you at just $297 per month for 3 months. All right, it still gets better. I am so confident in the results you will get. I offer the best guarantee ever. And here it is. Take the entire program, download everything, take the whole thing and put it to work for you. Build some apps, get some downloads, make some sales, and do everything for 30 days. And if you're not absolutely thrilled with your results, you pay nothing. I will give you an immediate refund, and there's no questions asked. So essentially, I'm giving you the entire Apprish Academy for free. If you're not happy, just email me, tell me, and I will give you a full refund. Basically, I recognize that you don't know me very well. You've gotten to know me a little bit over the course of the last hour, but you still might not know, if this course is for you. You might be saying, this is great, but I don't know if it can actually apply to what, I don't know if I can actually apply what you're teaching me here. So here's what I want you to do. Forget about trying to decide if the program is right for you. What I want you to do is, I want to give you the opportunity to go through the entire course, the full 4 weeks, before you have to decide if you want to stay in the program or not. If you like it, great. And if you decide, no, Jeff, this isn't for me, no problem. I insist that you let me know. And all you need to do really is send me a 1-line email to support@apprishacademy.com or my personal email at jeff@apprishacademy.com. Just say, you know what, Jeff, I decided this was not for me, and I will cancel your access. No harm, no foul. It's really that simple. But I really want to do that so people have an opportunity to at least see and try this out to see if it works for them before they have to make that decision on whether or not they want to stick around. All right, so here's the link. I highly recommend you sign up right now if you want to get today's Fast Action bonus. These game templates will go fast. So go to apprishacademy.com/join, click the button below, sign up right now, take advantage of the huge discounts and bonuses, and let's start getting your apps ready for Halloween and Christmas. My most successful students are always the ones who take fast action. And remember, the fast action bonuses are some of the same game templates I used last Christmas to make thousands of dollars per day. And I'm just giving them to you right now when you sign up. It's really easy to use the promo code. There's a little box right in the center of the checkout page that just says, enter your promo code today's date. This is only available today. Hit apply, and it will reduce the price from $9.97 to $7.97. Then just select whether you want to do a single pay or a 3-payment plan, and you can even use PayPal, obviously. Go ahead, click on the link, and just and use that discount. Take advantage of these huge bonuses. All right, here are 3 truths I want you to be aware of. Truth number 1, the price of Apprish Academy will always reflect the value. And since we're always increasing the value by adding new training videos, adding more resources, adding more coaching calls, adding more templates, adding more amazing people in our private community, we will always be increasing the price of Apprish Academy. The price has already increased over $100 within the last month as I've added so much additional value. Truth number 2, today's price is the lowest price guaranteed. If you join today using promo code 1010, it's the lowest price you will ever be able to join Apprish Academy. Truth number 3, it's 100% risk-free. You have 30 days to see if Apprish Academy is right for you. So you can join right now and get lifetime access, the absolute lowest price we will ever offer this, and a 30-day money-back guarantee if you decide it's not right for you. It's really easy to use the promo code. There's a little box labeled promo code on the checkout page. Just enter today's date, hit apply, and it will reduce the price from $9.97 to $7.97. Again, this is for the first 10 who use the promo code today. If it's not there, that means 10 people have already used it up. And then there's also going to be a countdown there. That's going to be a countdown for when both the webinar expires as well as the discount. So if you're interested in Average Academy, please make sure you get in as soon as you make that decision. All right, so here's what some of my students are saying. Mark says, thanks, Jeff. I wish I had this information when I started making apps 3 years ago. Jeffrey says, my app downloads are up over 1,000% since we started the 28-day challenge, which is Average Academy, and I expect them to improve even more using the strategies I've learned. Peter says, I joined Average Academy coaching program, even though I couldn't really afford it. I'm definitely glad I did, and I know that this is the start of a brand new, exciting chapter of my life. And David says, I took what I learned in Average Academy, and I'm making a few $100s per month, but I'm just getting started. If you're on the fence about taking joining Average Academy, I told Jeff to offer up my personal email, and I'd be happy to talk to you. And so for those of you who want to take advantage of that, David's email is hawktroopdoc@gmail.com. You can see it there on the screen. It's HAWKTROOPDOC@gmail.com, and he'd be happy to give you his personal opinion of Average Academy. All right, so for those of you who just signed up, please stick around here, stay here, and I'm going to go ahead and walk you through what you can expect with Average Academy. So the first thing you're going to do after you register is you're going to get an email that gives you every step you need to take to get started. So, you want to make sure you sign up for the group coaching calls. You want to make sure you sign up for the Facebook group, and then you'll also get another email with your login information to the Academy. So it's hosted by Kajabi. It's really straightforward. You'll come to a scene like this. You'll enter your name. You'll enter your email. You'll have been given a password in the email that comes from Kajabi, and you just enter that, and then it takes you right here to Average Academy program. Again, it's really straightforward. The dashboard really just has a quick video for you that welcomes you and tells you what to expect. It's a quick start video. It has your course checklist, which I consider like a cheat sheet. It's got your common definitions, teaches you how to set up some developer accounts right away. And you'll also get the first week module Analyze will be released. And it has 6 training videos to help you select what app you should start. And then it has a little bit of a homework there. And then there's also some templates. So you can see an app questionnaire, an example of a wireframe, a list of the app stores that you should put your app in so you can kind of get familiar with other apps in these app stores. And then next week, the build module will be released, which has 7 videos. It has a bunch of templates and resources for you to use, not to mention the build bonuses. And then the following week, module 3, Monetize, will be released, where you will learn how to set up your app to make as much money as possible per download. Module 3 also has bonuses and resources like the bonus engagement strategy that's been working so well for my students. And then in week 4, the marketing module will be released. This module has the most videos, since it's by far one of the most important aspects of making money with apps. And module 4 has a bunch of resources, templates, and bonuses for you to use. And we have a next steps tab with video training on how to track downloads and profits, and an Excel template to help you keep track of everything. All right, and if you're unable to make the weekly group coaching calls, you can always access and watch the replay in the bonus section. And you'll have access to that immediately as well. And I think there's 5 or 6 hour-long coaching sessions in there as we speak. So plenty of stuff to get you guys on the fast track. And then don't forget to request access to join the Average Academy Elite private Facebook group. Please go introduce yourself and get ready to interact with this great group of developers. That's really it. I'm really excited to have those of you who just joined the Academy, and I look forward to helping you make a part-time or a full-time income with apps. I'm really, really excited for you. And if there's anyone still here listening that hasn't joined, you can get started today, right now, for just $297. But the promotion code is expiring here soon, depending on when you're listening to this. So, that's it. I look forward to working with those of you who already joined, and for those of you still on the fence, I hope that at some point you take action and you do make the decision to join, because this coaching is really amazing. So, anyways, talk to you guys soon. Bye bye.